So step 5 is making a foundation for your character. Now, earlier on, we made foundations for the team, which is Dropship Pilgrims. Now, each of you is going to talk about foundation. Is going to come up with one foundation for your character, which is where they're from, how they differ from the other characters. So it's about history. And what this does in terms of dramatic scenes, it means that you can tap into it to give yourself a better chance of success. So I think I'm going to carry on going around in the same order that we've been going through so far. So Chris, what are you feeling for your foundation?
I'm thinking a better worded version of like squad leader. Like it's very small unit tactics and kind of in the D&D mold, like warlord. You know, where the old 4th edition warlord, where it's like very much trying to direct attacks and alert people through sort of
like recon and stuff, like assessments and looking at things and taking information and assessing data.
Yes, yeah. So it's like SIGINT,
arcane recon expert.
There we go. I like that.
That would be an R. That would be quite arcane communications expert. You're an ace. Okay, cool.
Arcane recon and SIGINT expert.
Arcigant?
Arcane recon and SIGINT expert. Arse.
No one's mentioned it to you yet.
Yeah, nobody's mentioned it.
But yeah, I like the idea that like maybe your suit's got means of seeing extra dimensional stuff, or you can see magic and you can see people moving in ways, and you can sort of
and also there's like a I'm imagining like just underneath my vision at all times there's a holo map of like basic blocky buildings, and I'm seeing like a mini map. Like I can see a mini map of the area.
Yeah, you've got like pulses which go out. I quite like that. Cool.
But it also means that like when I'm firing my gun, sometimes I'm not just shooting at somebody. Sometimes I'm shooting like at a 45-degree angle, wall. And I'm using the map to aim.
That's a good look. I like that. All right, Becky.
So I think that the foundation of my character is going to be that there are a certain set of faith rules for the Holy Assassin class which don't apply to other people, and they might appear to be quite arbitrary rules, and they sort of are quite arbitrary rules, but the idea is that we have to have some rules to focus on and to kind of keep us from thinking that we are above all laws, because we have this thing where we go out and do bad stuff and then people pray for our souls to make it better because we have to do the bad stuff that needs to be done. There needs to be kind of a set of, so maybe like I'm super strict vegan, or something like that. That, I mean, obviously being a vegan is not arbitrary, but I can never wear yellow, or
like the Book of Laws.
Yeah, the Book of Laws, and the idea is that what is holy about them is the observance, is not the fact of the laws, and it sort of doesn't matter what the laws are. And maybe the laws are picked from you when you graduate Holy Assassin school.
Yeah, you get your own book.
Yeah, and you get your own personalised book.
I think what could be really interesting is the idea, the theological idea, not that these laws give you your powers, but these laws maintain the connection with the battery.
Yeah, that's great.
Thankfully, the thing we do after this is make up foundations for each other. So hang on to that. Keiron.
It's the contract with God and contract killer with God of it all. You know that. Yeah. I like that. The phrase hypocritical hit, which I really can't get. I must admit, I've been trying to think, and all the phrases have been used by Warhammer. And fuckers, how dare!
I mean, they've kind of got the market. They've got the market on
penitents and
warriors.
mortifiers, and
they don't have cine.
I actually googled the name of professional mourners, which is mourologist.
A mournerologist
is a professional mourner. So that might be useful for the villains.
Okay.
I was thinking something like, penitent is probably the word, but it's that kind of like.
Well, actually, sorry. What was your crime? What was the bad thing you did?
I think it's something actually quite understandable. Is this one of the things that there's maybe actually I'm going to go full tragedy. I was in love with somebody. I was in love with somebody, and I basically abandoned my family in that moment, and the fact something very bad happened to the family.
Are you a hopeless romantic? Is that your?
Yeah, I absolutely am. I'm a hopeless romantic in an angel blood powered death suit.
You really put the hopeless into hopeless romantic.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. That's nice. And I think that gives you a nice twist to your character as well.
Yeah. Romantic penitent might be the way to do it, I guess. Or like that.
Sharang.
So my first one is I'm the hot orb magicio or homo. So I'm this I'm like Captain America in the early bit of the movie except that I'm also very deadly. But like I'm this like poster child, this like the the vision of the army, like the symbol of the
Child
army.
of the Revolution.
Yeah.
I like poster child for the revolution.
Yeah, and because I was selected, there aren't many of us because the procedure is very deadly, right? Kills a lot of people. So when we succeed, we're like, oh look, he survived, and oh look, he's so sexy, and oh look, he's killed all these enemies, and so.
I like to imagine like you're definitely provided with the best perfume.
Yes, yeah. So
whatever the cultural equivalent of nard is.
When I go on missions, I have my bottle of like the Roman oil and strigil. So I have my nice bottles of scented oils that I like in the morning. I oil myself and clean myself with.
The fucking orbs are spinning
Oh,
around,
that, yeah,
smashing off nuts and heads, and you're there just sort of scraping off the oil in the middle.
But like sacred oils is a thing, right? So it's kind of like an anointment.
Yes. So I'm like the symbol, and when they have to show off, like in America they say the Marines, they're so cool. For us, it's like the homos. They're so cool.
Okay, cool. I like it. Next up, what we're going to do is we're all going to come up with a foundation for everyone else. So the group as a whole makes a foundation for people. So if I'm going to carry on going around in a circle. So let's see if we can come up with something with Chris. I am interested in learning why Chris has defected to the rebels. What sort of foundation? What upbringing? What experiences his character had before, which meant that after fleeing the army, he went in to the side that he attacked, and managed to get them to hire him as a mercenary.
Are you a mercenary, Chris, or are you like a dedicated?
I think kind of to be in this party, I'd have to be dedicated. You're all so specialised and so important that if I was just some guy hired, it would be a bit weird. So I think...
and this is Steve.
I feel like it's a difficult climate. You can't get the work. It's a work for it's a work for hire pilgrimage.
My phone buzzed. I was near the pilgrimage. I figured, all right, I haven't got anything else going on today, so I got my moped.
I mean, you laugh, but Grant has made the god of debt, right? Where you're like, oh, this is a holy debt I must pay.
It's Chris, actually, yeah. Okay.
I mean, I was thinking this Sharang's character, but I was going to say, I need someone, if I fell in love with somebody, and I'd abandoned my family, there could be, like, romantically something there.
Absolutely. Like, that's something we can build on. What I'm after here is skills.
Oh, no, what I meant is, like, that specifically...
skills foundation. So this is sort of like advantages or backgrounds you've got. You can definitely be. You can all shag each other. That's fine.
With orbs.
Maybe. Yeah, I suppose.
His beautiful balls were what attracted me to him, etc.
Are you, Chris? Are you? I get the impression that unlike everyone else, I'd like to imagine that you're actually quite faithful and like kind. And not like zealous and cruel or mad or have 3 churches praying for them. Like, you're actually just sort of like quite a calm adherent of the faith.
Yeah, and also like if I get shot, I get shot, whereas everybody else gets hit in the armor or in the faith or in the balls.
Yeah.
my toughest area, my balls.
I kind of like the idea, building on what you just said, Grant, that Chris's character is kind of a bit of an anchor for us all. He's the calm one. He's the one who's got the plan. He's the one that we believe in to get us through this safely on the earthly realm. You know,
a kind of human eye of the storm.
Yeah, you are the calm port in the storm.
When I broke the gun, I'm the one who freaked out, and Chris's character was like, "It's okay, we can get it repaired." And I'm like, "But I made a mistake. I shouldn't make mistakes."
Do you want me to pull you off or something? No, for God's sake.
I've got of course, returning to the words, he's the Rock.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you played by the Rock?
No, you know what I mean, as in the Rock. Sorry.
Yeah, so you know what? There's no suit of mech armor big enough for the Rock.
No.
I really like the idea of party anchor or like lightning rod or something which is sort of keeping people sustained.
Kind of the eye of the storm is what I'm going for.
Either storm or like one normal thing. Like
probably high command. It was very deliberate of them, right? They're probably like, "Oh, these 3 are kind of wild forces. We need a calm person."
Oh, like I get the impression there's no high command. This is you.
Oh.
You've stolen a ship and you've got in to do this. This is not an authorized mission.
How about director of the storm?
Okay, great.
I do see Chris as actually kind of the Ocean's 11. He's got to have got us together, sure. You know that because we wouldn't have got each other together.
He's the brains.
Yeah.
Brains of the
He's the
operation.
brains
That's
of the
nice.
operation.
And you are the captain. And you picked captain,
Yeah.
right, Chris? Yeah, so that makes sense.
Yeah, okay, I like that. Brains of the operation. Eye of the storm. That's beautiful. Becky. What do we want to find out about Becky? What's the character thing here? I'm interested because I'm interested to see what they are aside from a bulletproof killer.
Oh no, the one thing she wants to do but she's not allowed to do because it's in the book. You know what I mean? Like, those kind of there's at least one thing in the book which is really is a problem for you because it's what you like, and you're able to do all these other awful things, but this is the one thing you always loved.
And maybe that's an actual significant thing, and not just like don't wear a coat inside out or whatever, right?
Like, what is your vice?
Like,
What do you do that the gods frown upon? What do you do and try and hide from the gods?
could even be something really lovely, like you really love your nephew or something, or like you like children and you're not allowed to play with them or something. You know, it could be something nice.
I like the idea that I'm forbidden from reading.
Oh,
How does this help you? Because these are skills.
Oh,
working
okay.
here.
Ignorance is bliss.
So,
Oh, there we
so
go.
it is. Ignorance is bliss. Maybe that is it. Maybe that's it. And it kind of, the rule in the book is that I'm not allowed to read, but maybe there's a whole thing around I get laser focused on my mission. You know, Chris points, when we're on a mission, Chris's character points me in a direction and like a laser I achieve my goal. But that means that I am not necessarily paying attention to other important things
Yeah,
like
that's fun.
the safety of myself, other people, side missions.
that ignorance is bliss could also mean your morale is higher because you just don't know a lot of like horrible stuff. So all of us are like, oh no, that's the one-eyed whatever. You're like,
But also
okay.
anything like sorceress or mind affecting would have less effect on you.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're like, there's a lot less
Yeah.
in there.
And
Like,
it's,
it's continually being vented. I think, rather than
Knowledge just spraying out the side.
I think of it a bit like Leroy Jenkins.
This is a great system to be Leroy Jenkins.
It
It's
is.
perfect. Yeah.
And Chris is the one who is responsible for making sure I don't Leroy everything.
I'm the person working out the
yeah.
percentage
Nice.
chance as you run it.
Yeah.
Keiron. This you're a romantic penitent. You loved someone and now you're riding around an angel battlesuit.
We've all been there.
So I'm thinking, who is the angel and what do they do? Like, what's
That's
their
nice.
personality and what are they good at that you use the skills of as well?
I was one of these things of thinking about the I was thinking about the angel, and I was going two ways. One of them is either there is just one angel, and that's the one that's vented, and the other way is it's like more like when I go in full mode, there's a horde of angels in my suit,
The host.
and it's like, you know, it's like the Legion of Angels. Immediately Gus is in, and it's like a steam engine. That's the idea how it runs. The idea of atomized angel turning the engines going.
You've definitely got one who's there most of the time. And then when you shift into full combat mode, then that's like it flares open and there's a full throng takes in, like, sits in your trousers. So I think, like, what's the name for the angel? And that's what we can make your foundation, and that's the angel advisors.
I've immediately come to Oriel, and all these angels are always going through pick me, and I picked this one because this one also fell because they fell in love.
So you got like a
and so we're very
thing
similar.
going on.
You know, we're very similar in some ways, but like as we sort of said, this guy's actually quite nice and romantic, and the angel is not. The angel is bitter and hurtful,
yeah, and is also 6 flaming wheels.
Yes,
That's the other thing about them.
that's the thing. If it's steampunk, then he's the wheels which turn to drive the thing. Also, the thing is that angel has felt so long that angel is no longer romantic and is now an utter cynic. And of course, the fear is I'm going to end up like this angel.
Get the
As in
original
that-
odd couple.
Yeah.
And then Sharang. So Sharang has poster child for the revolution, or hot orb magiccio. So I think I'd like to have something. I'd like to get a bit of tragedy or a bit of a bit more something a bit chewier in there, because at the moment he's a high powered himbo, and I would like to have something a bit like he's a member of, because that's the thing, like, you're a wizard, and you've been trained with this stuff, so maybe like you're actually quite smart, but you try to hide it because people don't fancy you.
Yeah, maybe. I've actually been thinking about the things the revolution is doing. I'm like, this is not entirely okay, or like this is that was questionable. But I'm trained to not think about those things. I have to think about trajectories and velocity and momentum all the time. So maybe I'm maybe I'm that's up to the rest of the group though. So
I think something like your education, like you're incredibly smart. That's how you can control these orbs. Like you're a mathematician.
Yeah.
Because you're incredibly smart. Like you've worked out that there's a lot of dodgy stuff going on in the rebellion. Like they're doing some bad things and they're hiding it and they're doing all sorts of stuff. So I think a foundation of like extreme education.
Like applied chaos theory.
Like you are incredibly smart.
Since we've got ignorance as bliss, like knowledge is power.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that. That's good. Write that down. Okay.
Write that down in your copy books.
On to stage 7. So the way that experience works in Unbound is that you generate things called fates, and fates are scenes you'd like to see, basically. So they can be goals or things that will happen to your character, and then when you complete these things, when you complete both of them, you level up. You pick one, the group picks another, and what these do is replace the GM having to do any prepping whatsoever. Mm-hmm. It's really neat. Take a full minute to think about what kind of fate you've got, unless you've got something immediately, at which point shout it out.
So I think one of my fates would be a point when the party goes over the top. Like I have to try and rein them in.
Yeah, I like that.
And sort of really fall into that captain role. Like I have to, like, no, you've gone too far. Back.
You curb the party's excesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
I have an idea, but mine's easy. Mine is I impress someone else, like not one of us, enough to join the rebellion.
Oh, that's
you
fun.
convert
Yeah.
someone,
Yeah.
Like you you do your job.
Yeah, that's
As
literally my job.
Bring
I
someone
need
to
to
the
be
rebellion.
sexy and get people to join us. If they come join us, you'll meet more of these hot orb magicios. So just make someone impressed by our stuff.
I like that. That's good.
Mine's might be a bit too big, but like it's we meet my angel's lover.
Oh, that's nice.
No, that's great.
That's it. Like the one my angel fell for. So like whatever they're up to now, I don't know.
And that was immortal.
That really works.
Yeah.
Is your angel's lover bound into my boss's armour?
Yeah, it could be.
Oh my god.
There we go.
Oh my
So
god.
good.
There we go. Let me just note that down. Evil fascist captain with a
Angel lover armour.
Keiron's armor's Angel's X.
Oh, that sounds like
Role-playing games, eh?
There's a reason we started doing this.
Oh man, that's quite good fun, and I like to imagine that both Keiron and Chris's character have an argument with both the captain and her armor at the same time during a fight. Becky, what about you?
So I would like to have a scene where I lose the connection to the churches of people praying to me, and I have to do it on my own. Have to do it on my own.
On your
Oh,
time.
you just start catching fire. Oh, that's really, and all the sin starts manifesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Like
really
black
I have to
oil
win the
cloth
fight.
coming out of you.
That's a really interesting aesthetic. Sins create this substance in you, and the praying keeps the level of that substance down. And so when you break the thing, you start spewing sin.
Oh, I think I don't know whether it's sort of a thick, tarry, oily substance.
Yeah, like a phlogiston sort of thing, right? Yeah.
I
was
think
kind
it
of
comes
thinking
out
of
my
those,
eyes.
Of those old pictures of seances with the ectoplasm, sort of floating cloth.
Oh,
It's
that's
that,
really
but
cool.
black.
But black ectoplasm streaking through the air.
Yeah, and
That's
it
really
floats,
cool.
it floats strange.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, now we have to come up with a fate for like we did with the foundations. We've got to come up with basically something we want to see the other people do.
Oh, to each other?
Yeah, yes, for each other. So like what we just did there for ourselves, but for each other. Chris, I would like you to interact with the faith in some way. I would like you to find a church or a chapel or consecrate something.
Yeah, I'd like it to be like a quiet moment, because
Mm-hmm.
we're all very bombastic.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, we're definitely all very bombastic.
You know what I mean? Like, I think it'd be nice to have a scene that's very quiet and contemplative and like almost reflective within a church of our faith, and like trying to finding something of the original faith.
I like that. Yeah. Like reconsecrating something perhaps, but not in a sort of, we've scoured out the demons. It's more, okay, cool, I've put the salt in the places and now this place is
Yeah,
safe.
like a small quiet ritual. With the guns,
Yeah,
the gun like isn't even here; it's leaning up against a wall.
The gun's smoking a cigarette off.
Yeah, it's having a break.
Hey, you done it there, kids?
What I love about that, it grounds it as a pilgrimage. I mean, we've just got, the idea that this isn't just, we're not a pilgrim who just shoot everything on the way. The idea that this is actually something quiet and sincere as well. I love that.
Yeah. And I quite like the idea as well. Like as we play, we start to uncover more about the gods, and like you have all your faiths, and you have 3 different versions of faith and a wizard who's here. And I like the idea that we start sort of seeing who the gods are and what they've become, and as opposed to who they were, and we uncover that through more.
And like
faiths.
some of the gods are still good. Some of them have gone mad in isolation. Some of them, and there's like problems through the pantheon, but some are still what they originally meant to be.
What do we want to see Sharang's character do?
So one thought is, I'm not a person of faith, right? I was engineered by the group, and
it's like you're aligned to the rebellion, but you're not religious.
A religious person,
I kind of want to see you do a kiss with someone.
Yes, homo kiss.
And bear in mind, this is a 500-year-old coffin city full of mad mushroom priests.
Yes,
so, like you have to look pretty hard, but yeah. Okay.
but no, one of the ghosts of the city.
Yeah,
that's still around.
Ghosts can be sexy. Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely do a kiss on someone.
And then that scene will be like captured by the bards to be like, okay, now everyone, this scene, join the rebellion.
Just very quickly.
Like, like the old Navy photographs, all those kiss photographs, right?
It's like that bit in the third Lord of the Rings film where Aragorn goes to recruit an army, except you're just covered in ghosts.
Yes.
But seriously, it's a really bad idea to ever date spectres. They will just ghost on you. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
I would like to see Keiron's character hit by a train. That's
I can hear how those puns fill you with power. Like your voice is a little stronger afterwards.
Not hit by a train, but what do you think about Keiron's character? I'd like to see the angel play around with him, but I guess we've already got Meet the Angel's lover. Maybe something which is totally non-edgy.
Yeah.
What if it's related to the love side? Like you have to help someone fall in love, or like with their lover or something, because you can't ever get love.
You've sworn off love.
It's like Cyrano de Bergerac scene. I advise someone in that.
Yes.
It could be the ghost I make out with. Who knows? But yeah.
I was about to say, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I like that. That's fun. So a sort of Cyrano de Bergerac scene where you advise someone on certain situations because you're actually quite adept.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I can never love again. However, I can help you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Plus, I really like the idea of the character being quite different in and out of combat, and like by having this sort of, and then you're moving. And then so finally, Becky's character.
So the original fate was that the link breaks, right?
Yeah.
And you kind of have to operate on your own. So I like that's kind of a quiet scene, possibly, right, where you're learning about your powers because you've never had this before. What if it goes the other way and there's too much faith in you, and like it starts burning you out? Like like it's manifesting a pure saint of the order.
Because normally it burns away the sin, but then if there's too much, there's not enough sin.
Yeah, it's gone the other way and overloaded you, and like a Dungeons & Dragons barbarian, like you become dangerous. You become a bomb sort of thing.
Things start catching fire around you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have to kill something quickly. Otherwise,
I need to sin.
It's actually the opposite of Berserker, isn't it? In that kind of like you have to kill something, otherwise you're going to hurt everything around you.
That's I have to sin.
Oh, I have to sin.
Someone wants me that bacon double cheeseburger.
Oh yeah, if you
yellow.
don't sin, it will burn you away. Yeah. You create something for it to burn. Oh, that's cool.
Oh
I
man,
love it.
I really like the idea of picking up transform later as a secondary trait as you like start going over in the middle of combat. Okay, brilliant. We've all got those. Next up, I pick a twist. I create one fate and 2 factions to start play. So a twist is kind of like a battlefield thing, which gives me kind of like special, horrible things which I can put against you. And I think the first twist I'm going to pick is Precarious Battlefield. The characters find themselves fighting on wet rooftops, in slippery waste channels, or through unstable catacombs. Basically, it's on a critical failure, you can fall off or down. And I like the idea of like the first fight you have will be in the upper layers of the coffin, like you smash down, and then everything's really unstable up here and it's breaking. And so the first fight you have, I would do that. The 2 factions I have are the evil fascists in their hell-powered armor. Who are here to try and stop you from waking up the gods. And there's also the moderate, the grievers from your church who are here to try and keep the gods buried. They've been maybe secretly working with the fascists to keep this place locked down. And you've struck out to try and break out the gods. So like they're going to be much more moodier, much less bombastic. In fact, the fascists want to destroy you, and I think the grievers probably want to recruit you in some way. Your goals don't quite align.
For given values of recruit, like they will accept shackle.
Yeah.
I love because someone said the word weepers. I kind of like the idea that they're called the grievers, but their field agents are the weepers.
Yeah, that's fun. I like that, yeah. Maybe they got the god they got out.
Oh.
So the god's dead. Their god's dead, and it's in this massive obsidian coffin. But like they can draw power from it in a way
the lacrimal one or something.
Yes, lacrimosa. and so the first thing you see when a team of weepers hit you is it starts sort of raining
tears.
Even though it's inside it starts flooding and building up, and then they're screaming out of things, stabbing it to death.
Yeah, this vaguely salty rain. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. And the fate for you is.
I mean, there's a fairly easy one.
Mm-hmm.
We find the Tomb of God.
I figure that's like session 3.
No, I know, but like we're not actually playing this, so I'm kind of looking a little bit further and a little bit more campaign scale, right?
You find the location of the Tomb of the God, and that gives you, and like you can work out what's guarding it and what's dangerous.
I like that. Maybe our mission is to find one particular god. And the problem that the weepers and everyone is also like, but you might wake the other ones up. That's so dangerous.
That's kind of fun. Yeah, right? Yeah. There's other gods you don't want to wake up in here.
Yeah, and so that's why we want to find the location, because we're like, okay, we know all the gods are somewhere in here, but where's the one we want to find?
Yeah.
And can we be sure that is that one?
And we've got to hope that our one is still okay.
Yeah. Not too dead. And the final thing which we're going to do, we're going to draw for a scar. So you shuffle your deck, pick out a card, and then write on it what in a way you've been harmed. And then also you need like a name, because none of us have names yet. So please shuffle and draw a card.
There you go, 3 of diamonds.
Okay, cool.
And I got a 10 of spades.
So clubs represent physical injury.
That's me.
Spades represent jealousy, a new adversary, hatred, a trademark scar. More sort of something you're carrying.
Mm-hmm.
Hearts are fear, humiliation, social loss, mental scars, embarrassment, and curses. And diamonds are loss of an important item, sensory loss, memory loss, or skill loss. So what you do is now you write down on the card what it's related to, and then if you draw it in combat, it halves the value of the card. It has the capacity to do some other interesting things as well.
So
let me know
because I got diamonds, Becky's character took my eye. I've only got one now.
Ah, nice. There you go. Got on a string around her neck. There's an entire wing of the church dedicated to keeping that legally fine.
The lawyers.
What did you go for, Becky?
So I got clubs. So I've got a physical injury, and I think I'd like it to be, before I achieve the status of Holy Assassin, you have to spend some time as a flagellant, as one of the people who powers up the assassins, so you know exactly what you're getting into. And so I think that it is self-inflicted flagellation injuries.
Scars. Okay. Keiron?
Mine included jealousy, which is a spade, so violent memories of my lost love.
Yeah.
So that it's the moment I get something remind me of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, that moment.
And what about
Probably
you,
a flashback.
Yes.
And I also have spades. So I was, tell me if you think this is not aligned. I was thinking I'm always feeling the eyes of everyone on me. So I have to always...
Oh, I like that, yeah.
I always feel like I need to do... That's why when I broke the gun, I was like, oh no, everyone saw that.
Yeah.
So
an expectation to...
Yeah, it's not entirely jealousy, but it's related to like, I need to... I need to be good, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now, name yourselves.
Oh, well, I'm going to call my character Temperance.
Perfect.
If you want to name yourselves all after Christian morals or Christian strength, that would be pretty sweet for me. But that's just because that's what I'm into. You don't have to. Yeah, temperance, faith,
Courage, temperance, liberality. If you're going for Aristotle's, courage, temperance, liberality, magnificence, magnanimity, ambition, patience, and friendliness.
We're not having magnanimity because I can't say that.
Wit, modesty, and justice.
So I wasn't raised in the religious side, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they had to give me a name that sounds sexy because the name has to also inspire people. So what do you guys think is a name that inspires?
Daddy Balls?
That inspires a subset.
Mr. Big Balls.
I was thinking. I mean, when you said the word himbo, I always think of Alistair from Dragon Age.
Alistair's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah, but I was thinking instead of Alistair to do the other one, the more English one, which is Alistair, like O-R. So yeah. So what about like Alistair? Like I think that.
I like that.
It begins
Yeah,
with A, so it's like inspiring. You're type A. I don't know.
And you're always first of the line.
Yeah, that's good. I was actually thinking for myself Aurelius. But then I was like, Aurelius actually sounds more like, the aura, as in the orbs around it. So I sort of rejected it for that.
But it's nice. I like how it's kind of Roman.
Yeah, that's what I was going for, the Roman aspect.
Aurelius. What's the name of your angel? Oriel.
Oriel, yeah.
Oriel and Aurelius. Yeah, it's got a nice ring to it, yeah.
That's going to get confusing in game. My understanding, I would call myself, Carnitas.
Carnitas.
Wait, like the Spanish
charity
thing?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
no. Is it Italian? It's the Latin for charity.
Caritas.
Caritas.
Right, yeah, because I did hear carnitas, and that's like, oh,
yeah, I'm like, I eat a lot of Mexican food in America, right? I'm like, that's food, right?
Now I'm hungry.
And my angel, guacamole. Chris, what are you going for?
I'm going to continue the Roman kind of theme and go with Domitus.
Oh, that's nice. Let's go ring to it. Cool. Did you happen just to look at a large box of 40k models and read most of the title?
I mean, I just googled Roman names and looked at the cool ones.
I mean, that is how Warhammer named it.
Yeah.
All right, so we have Domitus, Temperance, Alistair, and Caritas, who are our dropship pilgrims. We're going to break their way into God's coffin to break out the God of Revolution. If only these other religions can't stop them. And that's Unbound Session 0, everyone. Thank you for playing.
Woo!
It's quite.
Right.
It makes an exciting sci-fantasy world. It's kind of the default. It's
Every
nice.
time it's so exhilarating
That's
just to
awesome. I
find
wanna play
this
this
weird
now.
story with people. It's wonderful.
Yeah. So thank you all. If you are interested, this will be released during the Kickstarter. If you're interested in backing Unbound after this, you can type Unbound into Kickstarter. And go to the Unbound reprint project and give us some money. We're having it all redesigned by Mina McJander. We solved the typos from the last edition, and we even put in all the missing powers. There were some crucial omissions, like the tank class didn't have a defense specialty, but we've got that in there now.
It all works. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it all works. I'm gonna go around and ask people to say who they are and to plug if they've got anything they want to plug. So first up, we'll do Becky.
Oh, I'm Becky, and you can find us at the Black Armada website, and the Black Armada Patreon, and the Black Armada Itch.io store, and all that good stuff.
Sharang.
So I'm Sharang Biswas, and by the time this is released, I'll pop my Kickstarter for Strange Lusts, Strange Loves, an anthology of erotic interactive fiction in partnership with Strange Horizons magazine, is going to probably be on. And if it's not, buy Honey and Hot Wax, an anthology of erotic art games. And I'm Sharang Biswas on Twitter.
Keiron.
I'm Keiron Gillen. I write all the comics ever, but relevantly to this particular podcast, I've just set up my itch.io shop, which includes the current beta of Die RPG, which is the RPG of the comic I've written. And I've just released Come Dice With Me, which is inspired by the popular British competitive dining show, which is free and downloading. Very stupid.
You should play it. It's very good. I've had a go on it, and it's tremendous fun. And finally, Chris, but it's kind of the same as me.
Yeah. You're probably already on the Kickstarter page, having clicked on this, so press a higher number, please.
Yeah. Just buy it twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Buy a copy for me.
Thank you all for playing, and I hope you have. I don't know how to end episodes.
Bye.
Bye.